In my last video, we talked about the Nautilus, a new mob that was announced during Minecraft Live last Saturday. So today I wanted to talk about the Spear, a new weapon that will probably end up being my favorite weapon in the game. In fact, one of my favorite games of all time is Ultra Kill, and my favorite weapon in this game is the Jackhammer, which is a melee weapon that deals more damage based on your speed, just like the spear. I absolutely love this mechanic and I'm really excited to see it getting added to Minecraft, which hasn't been the case since the mace was introduced, and the mace isn't really that good. But I really hope the spear will be good, and I can't wait to kill my friends with the spear while riding on my horse at max speed, you know. So, let's talk about what the spear does, and then I'll talk about the different ways I think we could use it in a survival world. So first of all, the spear is a tiered weapon, which means you can craft a spear using different materials, some stronger than others. That's also the case for the sword, the axe, the hoe, the shovel, and the pickaxe. That's already a pretty interesting fact, because all the other weapons that got added in like past 8 years didn't have tiers. Like the mace, the trident, and the crossbow don't have tiers. And the last time a weapon with tiers was added was, Minecraft beta or something like that. I mean, it was sword, hoe, shovel, pickaxe, axe. There's nothing else than this. So when it was shown during the live, they said you could craft it using any ingot. So iron ingot, copper, gold, also diamond and netherite. But I don't know if you can craft a stone or a wooden spear. It wasn't indicated during the live, and I watched some videos on this topic, and some people are saying yes, we will be able to craft a wooden and stone spear, but I'm not really sure for now. We'll have to see. And even if we can craft a wooden or stone spear, it doesn't really matter. You can get copper or an iron ingot really fast in the game, so you don't even have time to craft a wooden or stone spear. Anyway, once you get your hands on this weapon, you can use it in two different manners. The first one is a jab attack, so it's a regular attack, a stab, you know. This attack is like attacking with a sword or an axe, except it has more range than an axe or a sword. We don't know how much damage the jab, the regular attack, does if you compare it with a sword or an axe. Since it has more range, it will probably deal less damage. That would be logical. You can also do a charge attack, and of course the weapon will deal more damage based on the player's speed. I don't know if this mechanic only works with the charge attack, like if you're running or if you're riding a horse and you just do a regular attack, does it deal more damage? Or do you have to be using the spear as a charge attack? Do you have to use the charge attack to deal more damage based on your speed? I'm not sure about this. For me, both would work, I think. The problem with the jab attack is that if you're going really fast, it's gonna be hard to hit your target. Even if it doesn't work with the jab attack and only with the charge, it is still more practical to use the charge attack when you're going really fast, because it will guarantee you to hit your target. Even if you're guaranteed to hit your target, you have to be careful about three things. The charge attack is divided into three parts. So first, when you start the charge, you can dismount, deal damage, and knock back your target. But if you wait too much, or if you put your spear in charge attack position too soon, then it will start to shake and you won't be able to dismount anymore after some time. And then in its final phase, you won't be able to knock back, it will only deal damage. I mean, that is important if you try to dismount something or knock back, but if you still deal as much damage in all three phases, it doesn't really matter, and it's actually pretty fucking strong. Especially when you watch the after show images with Tubo and Linda. The spear seems to deal a lot of damage here. It seems to be an iron spear and they have like copper armor. So yeah, the spear seems really strong on that footage. We'll have to see when it releases if it has the same stats or not. Another interesting fact is that the spear will have different ways of working depending on the material it is made of. So for example, if you craft a netherite spear, so of course it will deal more damage than the other, but it will be considered like heavier by the game, and so when you put it in charge attack mode, it will go down faster, so it will go in charge position faster, and then after attacking, it will go back up slower, and the opposite if it's like a wood, stone or iron, it will go down not so fast, and it will go back a bit faster than netherite. This means that higher spear tiers will demand less precise timing, because if there is a delay between the time you click on your mouse and the time the spear puts itself in a charge position, it's gonna be annoying, you know, to predict when to put it in charge position to hit your target correctly if you want to dismount it and knock back it. But if it goes faster with netherite, for example, it's like instant if you click on your mouse, so it makes it easier to use, I think. And even if it goes back up slower after the attack, well, it depends in the time it takes it to go back up after the attack is much longer than an iron spear or a copper spear, but I don't think it will be that bad of an impact. So netherite spear might end up being like the best weapon in the game. I hope so, because I really want to use the spear to kill people, especially my friends, you know. Another interesting thing is that you can like do a charge attack, then you can cancel the charge and do a jab attack right after. You can see it in the after show. Tubo tested this, which seems weird and really strong. Like you can just charge someone, you hit it with the charge attack, and then you can jab right after. That seems pretty strong. It could be kind of hard to pull off if you're going really fast. Like, you know, you hit them with the charge and then hit them with the jab attack right at the same time, or with a small cooldown, because you just have to, you don't click and then you click. Maybe some people will be able to pull that off, but it seems really strong if you can work that out, especially if you go really fast. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it is when it comes out, but it seems interesting. Now, even if the spear seems really good when you are on horseback, maneuvering your horse around is not very easy, and you need to be precise when hitting your target because it's a melee weapon, which makes me wonder, is this going to be better than using a bow or not when you are on horseback? I mean, wouldn't it just be better to use a bow? I don't know. Another question I ask myself is the shield going to be able to block the spear, or will a spear charge attack disable the shield? I think it would be maybe too strong if it was able to disable the shield. I don't know. It's a pretty important question too, because zombie horses and zombies with spears are going to be added, which means that as soon as you start the game, and as soon as it is the night, of course, a zombie with a spear can spawn, and if you can't block it with the shield, or, well, you can block it with your shield, but if it disables your shield after getting hit, this might make early game too hard. Well, not that hard, because apparently zombie horses only spawn in like savanna and plains. I'm not 100% sure about the info, but I heard it on some other YouTuber's video. So yeah, there is that to be careful of. But yeah, I guess it would make sense, because, you know, if you want your horse to roam freely around, you're not going to make it spawn in a forest where it's gonna get stuck in trees and stuff. Now, I want to recap really quickly all the possible items you can use in combination with the spear. So you can use speed potions, and if you have a very high speed, that can be really funny. Just see someone passing by at max speed and hitting you with your spear, dealing tons of damage. That would be really funny. You can use, of course, mounts, horses, nautiluses, camels, striders, happy ghasts, why not, I guess, and even skeleton horses at the bottom of the sea. That could be really funny too, and all the mounts they might add in the future. You can combine it with boats on ice or on ocean. You can combine it with minecarts, I guess, why not? You can use a TNT cannon, and of course you can use soul speed boots and elytra. Imagine combining both soul speed boots and a speed potion, and you have your netherite spear, and you're just like going through hordes of, I don't know, nether mobs, skeletons, wither skeletons, piglins. But I think the stronger tool you can use in combination with the spear is, of course, the elytra. Being able to fly so you can evade and escape danger, while from time to time you pick down and deal tons of damage, that's definitely going to be very strong. And honestly, it makes me really excited. The addition of the nautiluses is also really cool, as well as zombie horses and zombie with spears in general. And the fact that it's not all, apparently there's going to be other things added in the drop, which makes, like they said, they were going to add the mayhem in Mounts of Mayhem. It's kind of weird, because, I mean, zombie nautiluses and zombie horses with spears already seems like mayhem, so do they plan on adding more hostile mobs with mounts? Like, some people said ghasts that had like piglins on top of them, something like that. That would be really funny, actually. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what they do with this, and when it's implemented, I'm going to test the spear a lot, because it really seems like a very cool weapon, and I hope they don't nerf it to the ground if they realize it's too strong. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for passing by and watching this video, and I'll see you around. Bye!